When you heard that Chris Mack was leaving, how much did your immediate thoughts go to Travis Steele?
Immediately, I just had the feeling that Travis Steele was up next. He's a great coach, and he has a great plan for us, and he believes in us. He believes he has a plan to get us to somewhere we've never been, and that's the Final Four. And we believe in him as a coach, and I felt like everyone knows that, and I felt like it was no other choice but to be Travis Steele.
As a player, when the head coach who recruits you leaves, do you think about your future if the guy who you don't want to be the head coach comes in? I mean, was there a thought that went through your mind that if it isn't Steele, maybe Xavier isn't for me?
I didn't really think like that. I was just hoping it was Coach Steele. I wasn't really thinking about anything else.
When Coach gets up there and says, the expectation is Final Four. The expectation is competing for a national title. You guys obviously won the Big East this year. Does that put a little extra pressure on your shoulders at all, or is that what your expectations are too?
No, because that's what my expectations are too. I want to be good every year, not just 1 year. And I just have really high expectations for my team. A lot of people don't think that we'll be as good as we were next year, but we have some guys who people are sleeping on. And I feel like I just can't wait to show them what we got.
Cool. Thanks, man. Quentin, when you heard Chris Mack was leaving, how quickly did your thoughts go to Travis Steele? How much did you want him to be the next guy?
Honestly, when I heard about that, I was still dwelling on the Florida State game, how we just got beat. And at first I wasn't really even thinking about it. But as time, went on, that's when I started thinking about it. And I felt like, my future would be best in Travis Steele's hands, just because I've developed such an incredible relationship with Coach Steele is unbelievable. I don't even look at him as a coach. I feel like he's my friend, and I feel like he has the best interest for me and this team, and that's why I want to make it public. I want everybody to know that he's the guy that I want here coaching this team.
When you heard Greg Christopher get up there today and say sort of they knew this process was potentially coming and they started kind of thinking about it in January, how does that make you feel when you guys were kind of in the middle of everything at that point?
Honestly, I didn't even know it was going on. We was having such a good season. Thinking about it, now that I know that I guess it happened, it was going on in January. I'll probably just say I'm happy for Coach Mack. It's one of those things. It's probably not easy to go through. All your life you've been here at Xavier. Meanwhile, you're still coaching the team in the process. I probably just gotta say good job. I feel like that'd be hard, for me to do personally. And I wish him the best at Louisville. I feel like he's really gonna go over there and change that program around.
You just said to me that you think your future is best suited in Coach Steele's hands. Mm-hmm. Would there have been a situation where you would have thought maybe my future isn't with Xavier if Steele wasn't the head coach?
It was one of those things that I didn't even know who all was running trying to be the head coach. I was just kind of thinking to myself that if anybody, I feel like Coach Steele at the moment, and still to this day is the best suited head coach. It's one of those things I don't want to leave Xavier, and I feel like that's why I wasn't thinking about leaving Xavier when we didn't have a head coach.
Coach talked about it. I talked to Naji about it already. That the expectation is, you guys won the Big East title. Coach talked about how every coach has kind of gone to the next step, and the elephant in the room is the Final Four, is the national championship. Does that put any more pressure on you, or is that where you want to go to?
I feel like it's no pressure when you're trying to, accomplish a goal, especially when it's never been done. I feel like as long as we, put the time in and just work, really, I feel like we have more enough talent and the potential to get there. As long as we just, just lock in to what he's saying, try and get through to us, that we're going to be all right. I still believe to this day that we can still get to that Final Four with this team that we got right now and the incoming pieces, of course. But I believe everything Coach Steele's saying. He's going to get 110% out of me. So.
Tyrique, how much does it help to have the continuity of having a guy that you already are very familiar with?
I think it helps a lot just to know that we have somebody in the office who knows who we are as players, and just to help us keep improving. So I think it helps a lot.
What, if anything, do you think could be different?
Honestly, don't know. I have to wait to see, but I think Coach Steele has a great game plan and how he wants to attack things. And I don't know if it's going to be different, but I know there's going to be some difference. We're going to have to adjust to his way of things, and that's just how it is. But I'm excited for that difference.
What did he tell? What was his main message to you guys when he first met with you as a team when he knew he was taking over?
It was yesterday, actually. He told us that we just have to attack this and always give one more. Like everything we do from now on, we always have to just give one more rep in the weight room, one more rep on the court, just one more. Because like he said, it's the last 2%, and the last 2% is the one more that we need to accomplish.
Yeah, can you define what that means, the last 2%?
He told us last night that it was, he defined it as climbing a mountain. And when you get to the top of the mountain, the air gets thin, and a lot of people can't finish that accomplishment, and those who can are the elites. And he mentioned as climbing the 2% is where we're trying to go and where Xavier is headed.
What did that Florida State game do for you guys going forward?
Florida State, you just know you got to get back in the gym and work. That's all we got to do is just get back in the gym and work, give it all, every practice. And like he said upstairs, we need to defend. We have to defend. We have to be able to consistently keep getting stops. And that's the thing that we got to work on as a leader on this team. I think I just have to be able to help instill it every day, hold everybody accountable. Likewise, them hold me accountable. So I feel like it's a good thing.
Was it hard for you to watch the rest of the tournament?
It was hard. Some games I watched, I didn't want to finish it, just knowing I still want to be playing.
We could have beat them.
Yeah, just know I still want to be playing. And so, yeah, it was hard in that sense, but I'm just happy for the team who won it all. Villanova, that's a great team, and it's a product of the league. So it's great to see things like that happen.